Well, a happy Monday to you all. We're going to Bulgaria. Which means we probably shouldn't be pronouncing this club as Cherno, but I really want to. Hello, my name's Damien, I'm that Tracking Foot Manager, and welcome back to Glasses United for the third knockout round of the qualifiers. So, qualifying round, some would say, not third knockout round. That would be fun, that's like a semi-final. It was a week of nights, that's all I'm saying. There's always an excuse, come on. Bingo card now. What's the excuse for the poor performance this time? Well, there you go. One more transfer to bring you up to date with before we get any further, though, is Mr. Liam Green from Bristol Rovers for £130,000. Excited by this one. We were short of centre-halves. I mean, 12 and 2 13s in the big technicals. Positioning's good and solid. Aggression's not too stupid. Jumping reach is very good. I mean, I like this one. 23-year-old Irishman, so he'll never be homegrown, but one day he might be Gibraltarian, enough for it to matter. He's a Bristol Rovers boy through and through. He's been loaned out to Halifax and Port Vale, but played bits of seasons in League One, Leagues 1 and 2. I'm very happy to have him on board. He did arrive literally today, so he isn't registered for the squad. I need to do that next time. I have now chucked Trey Hammond into the squad so that we have 2 goalkeepers, so that's useful. We're trialling a few lads. Don't think anything's going to come of these ones. I mean, if he could run, he might be decent, but nah. Roy Jeffries, don't really need the right winger, and this one isn't good enough to convince me otherwise. Kevin Turan at centre mid, no. Well, 17-year-old kid, maybe. But the determination isn't there, so probably not. That's it, isn't it? Really, there's nothing else going on. So yes, obviously you saw us just scrape past Rosenborg. It's not often you scrape past a team you were 6-2 up on. This is Cherno, who are definitely not Italian, and I really need to stop doing it. It might be Celtic, looking at that kit. I'd like to think they're comfortably beatable. But then I'm usually caught out by things like that, aren't I? We have gotten Konrad Korisevsky into the first registered first team. So that's exciting. The team will be Moreno, Panagi, Blake, Vincent and Korisevsky, Woods and Howe, Caetano and Stevens, Aispurua and Williams. And let's go. Trey Hammond wants the 18 shirt. Look at that, it's available on everything. Korisevsky doesn't care, he's a right back. Avdiko's number 2, I guess. Let's do this. I'd love to get to a group stage with this team. I think we're ready. But we have drawn who we're playing in the next round. I can't for the life of me remember who it is, mostly because I recorded that episode nearly a week ago. But I seem to remember being scared. It might be like Copenhagen or something. Like one or the other. I think it was... Hang on, let's see if we can find latest... No, not... Yeah, latest scores. Let's have a look and see if we can work it out. Well, not if it doesn't load the teams that are playing. Diankov. Just shouting a name at this point. That's not even commentary, is it? Beberov sends a long one forward. Vincent has to deal with it. Brings it under control. Tucks it back to Moreno, who probably didn't want it back, if we're being honest. But never mind. Moreno chips out to Panagi at left back, and we're away. God, he's so short every time. It doesn't help he's next to Caetano on the wing, but he's so short. And Caetano really is huge. Panagi lifts one in front of Woods. Lovely ball. Williams the next one. Woods hits it. And Dave Woods hits his first goal of the season. And I think what I'm very excited about is we have improved the number of homegrown players. Just. With Caetano, basically. But having more strikers allows Woods to drop back. And Woods being at centre mid attack is basically the same as having another striker. And, yeah. This should be good. Stefanov lifts one in. Moreno is completely out of position. If you're going to start outside your 6-yard box, you come to that ball. If it goes anywhere near your area, you go to it. Thank you. Good man. Next time. Cross goes in, headed away. Kolev will bring it under control. Petrov, long well forward. Vincent loses that in the air. Blake hacks it straight into him, but we get away with it. Caetano, using his limited pace. Panagi lifts it forward to Woods, and here we go again. Square to Williams, and look at that. It's absolutely devastating attacking football. And when Woods joins that attack and it becomes an attacking 3 like that, it is beautiful. Now, we're 2-0 up. Last time we had a first leg, we won it 6-2, and we still got terrified. So let's not get too excited. That's the thing, isn't it? Woods comes bombing in, and the centre-halves don't know what to do about him because they've already got a man each. And the centre-mids don't track enough. I really want to know who we've got next. I'm sure it's Copenhagen or somebody. I say sure. I believe it might be Copenhagen or somebody. Ice Perua has a free kick. Lifts it in, and Caetano will go fetch it. Cuts it into Woods. Cut back to Ice Perua, who powers it in. 3-0 up before half-time. Do we believe yet? I don't. I don't believe very often, to be honest with you. I'm not a very believe-y kind of guy. As you might have noticed from however long you've been following this channel. However many hundreds of episodes that you've suffered through. I mean, watched and enjoyed. Suffered through. Maybe, I mean, it could be that those teams that I've referred to, Copenhagen and whoever, if I'm even right, I might well be wrong. It could be that they're in the Europa League and it's like the loser that will play rather than the winner or something. I don't know. Vincent to Korosevsky. Stevens to Howe. Williams. I hope that is the case, because honestly I don't think we'd get past Copenhagen. Ice Perua with a questionable first touch. Caetano is off down the wing. Panagi's with him. Send him now. That's... He's put the ball in front of you. Why did you control it? Stevens probably could have done better than that, if we're being honest. Jankov to Tosto. Oh, Tosto, old chap. Ice Perua is harrying well, but doesn't quite get there. Amadori. Stefanov, don't start taking the piss out of names. It's only 3-0. Stefanov lifts one to Kanev. Korosevsky has to do well here. First time we've seen him in a battle. He doesn't really do anything. But the cross is, let's be honest, dreadful. Petrov versus Caetano. Kolev tries it into Genchev. This is a little bit easy. Caetano had to get a toe in there and didn't. Woods wins it well, though, but then Petrov gets it back. It's lifted into Genchev, who volleys it first time. He was offside, I think. The linesman has indeed flagged. We've looked more confident. There were a few times there where we just needed half a second more pace to get a foot in. But I'm scrolling through the fixture list again. I don't think it's going to help. Woods has a corner. Driven in. Headed away. Stevens can pick it up. Powers around everybody. Crosses into Caetano, who heads it just over the top. I think it might be time for some changes, folks. Don't know what those changes might be. Who have we got on the bench who needs a bit of fitness? Adam Thompson at right back. Go on then, you have a bit of football. Wouldn't want Korosevsky to start too hard anyway. Rickard for Caetano. And Chris Eaton for Williams. There we go. Triple subbage. We're already 3-0 up. Caetano gets crunched by Genchev, but it's a good tackle, really. And away they come. And for the record, we haven't made the changes yet, so you can't blame me if we score from this. Dimitrov. Back to Tosto. .20 to play. Eaton swings in the cross. Headed down. It's touched onto the crossbar of the keeper. Cleared straight back to Eaton to have another go. That's a poor ball in. Thompson does nothing. Nothing at all. And hopefully this game will just die a death now. We've got 20 to play. We're 3-0 up and cruising. I wish I could remember who we had in the next round. Doesn't matter. Moreno to Vincent to Howe. Lovely stuff. 5 to play. Howe to Eaton. Flicks it around the corner twice. Perua, who's got work to do there, let's be honest. Yanev to Angelov, probably. That's a nice finish. That's a very nice finish. Moreno goes back to... I don't really know what. That doesn't count as a save, mate. If we're being honest, the ball is over the line already. And the centre half just got a bit split there, didn't they? Ah, well. We're not perfect. As you well know. But 3-1 from the away... Oh, hang on. Dimitrov with the corner, 20 seconds off the game. Should have ended. It gets headed over the top. That'll do, ref. And that will indeed do. 3-1, as I was saying, from the away leg is very promising. Now let's try not to scare ourselves half to death with the return leg. Are Copenhagen playing at all in here? Have I been making it up? I could have been making it up. Korosevsky makes his debut. Bath boss Daniel Bruce wants to sign Richie Blake. Okay, so the manager of Bath City travelled to Bulgaria to watch an 18-year-old left back. That does strike me as slightly unlikely. Alright, 4th qualifying round draw. It is Desna or Copenhagen. Now, is that then, since we couldn't find it, I assume that's a Europa League tie. So we'll play the loser of Desna and Copenhagen. And I don't know who Desna are, which is usually a good sign. They are an Ukrainian side called the Northerners. Well, we'll see how that goes. But let's worry about our own tie first. Okay, so exciting news. This is my 500th game. Oh, I can feel every single one of them right now. I'm old. Other news is the board have agreed after a bit of an argument to fund more training facilities, £1.8 million of your finest. That will be darn tootin'. It's nice to know that they do the occasional thing for me. Still can't convince them to do some of the important stuff, but you know, that's fine. Who needs a stadium we can fit people in? On the subject of stadia, for some reason we are playing this game at the Europa FC Stadium. I do not know why. Nope, no idea. I'm guessing it's a capacity thing. Maybe we can sell more than 2,200 and whatever seats, or maybe Lincoln are using it. I don't know. We've sold 1,000 tickets. We could have done that in the Gibraltar Stadium, but never mind. Moreno to Okiowu. Fires one out wide to Korosevsky. First time to Stevens. Beautiful stuff. Let's try not to embarrass ourselves in this tie, please. Holmes lifts it forward towards Korosevsky. It's knocked back to the keeper and hoofed off the line. Korosevsky crosses it into Woods. It's a good header. Stevens can't quite pull it back. I think there's an offside in it. No, it's a goal kick. It was just a poor header. So, demand more straight away. A lot of people would go into a tie when 3-1 up, maybe a little bit more negative-minded, but I'm just going to go for it again. Holmes has crossed the Caetano back line. He's won a header. That's the easy bit. He wins headers a lot. Actually getting him to go where he wants him to go, that's more of a challenge, but he's nailed it this time. It's a good old cross, actually, and Caetano at the near post, that's a good target. And that's the advantage of the lanky guy being your winger, because the computer often isn't intelligent enough to put your big centre-half on the winger, because you don't mark the winger, really, do you? Woods gives it to the defender, but never mind. Okiowu can start again. Korosevsky. Stevens can go around Kanev, and does, and that's nice. Big early cross in. Woods on the volley. How's he missed that? How has he missed that? Never mind. Soon be Christmas. Will it? No, wait. It's like September or something. No, it can't be. It must be July still. Whatever. That's still soon be Christmas territory for me. Dressing room, outstretched arms. What a 45 minutes. You've blown them away. Complete lies. Do I make 3 changes at half time and thus completely negate the whole being sensible thing? I'm going to put Trey Hammond in for a half. Because he's still a good goalkeeper. And I want to see how good. I don't think we're going to ship 3 goals. I hope. Holmes' cross comes in. Good header from Caetano. And hopefully now we won't ship 4. But I'd like to see Trey Hammond and see if he can make a save. Because he's an 18-year-old kid. He is... Oh, look at the synchronized star jumps and the fans in the background there. He's an 18-year-old kid, and... I mean, you know, Moreno is like a 19-year-old kid. But you never know how they're going to be. The stats say one thing, but quite often the actual match performances say something completely different. Kolev receives the throw-in. Stefanov to Genchev. Angelov in front of Kolev. That was easy. Hammond... Okay, look, that's a one-on-one. He can't be blamed for that. What, the defenders can be blamed for that, really, can't they? Where even is Blake? Goes out to Genchev, and then he's 10 yards beyond Kolev. Never mind. Was Hammond's positioning okay there? I mean, we're being hypercritical. I understand that we're being hypercritical, but that's the entire point of putting him on the pitch. Was he a step too far to the left? Or a jump too far to the right? You'd never know. Caetano wins the header in midfield. Woods back to Blake. Pings one down the wing. Nobody there. Petrov then gets mugged by Panagi. The left back has hit the post. And of all the times the goalkeeper did not want a back pass, I bet that was one of them. Half an hour to play. We're still 3 goals ahead. Come on. Let's get Thompson on at right back again. In fact, I'd like to see what Korosevsky can do further up. So... Stevens can slot back to right back and then come off for Thompson, and then Abdul Pennington can go at left back instead of Panagi. Because we've not seen them. And again, I know I don't want to throw this away, but at the same time, three goals ahead with half an hour to play is probably the best time to try out some players. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe we're about to embarrass ourselves. Dimitrov's cross comes in, and that's headed straight up by Kolev. There is a Cornish ale called Korev, and I keep thinking it's him. Like, I keep thinking they've got a beer playing at fullback. Or centre forward even. Or somewhere like that, anyway. Dimitrov. Back to Tosto. Grigorov to Kanev. And we're not pressing in quite the same way as we were. Stefanov hits one from range. Now we can ask questions about the goalkeeper, I think. Don't get me wrong, it's a lovely hit. But, is the keeper asleep? You wouldn't expect a shot from there, I accept. I know you're not expecting a shot from there, but maybe jump before flapping your hands around? Is that a thing you could do, perhaps? Woods finds out Perua. Cutback is on. He goes first time to Howe. Caetano brings it under for his hat-trick. Doesn't take it on. Holmes to Woods, who does take it on, and I rather Caetano had, to be honest with you. And this should be this. So, we'll play the losers of Copenhagen versus whoever it was. Very well done. Okay, we drew this leg, but that's fine. We made changes. We experimented. We now know that our backup goalkeeper probably is a backup goalkeeper. We haven't seen him make a save. But, never mind. We will be playing Desna. I thought it might go that way somehow. So we're going to the Ukraine. And the Bath City manager has followed us around again. He really does want my left back that I don't play. I mean, Richie Blake didn't play in either of those games, did he? Oh yes, of course he did. He played centre half. Right, so I should be able to register the other centre half for this next one, so that'll be good. Right, we'll be back for the Desna games then. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. There's not a lot of it left. Enjoy the Tuesday. And the Wednesday too. And I'll see you Wednesday night. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.